Giving feedback, constructive feedback, is its own art form. On the one hand, it might be tough and agonizing to give feedback to someone about something you wish they would change or about something they didn't do so well. On the other hand, it can sometimes be just as challenging to remember to give feedback when things do go well. Feedback, constructive, actionable feedback, is vital to continuous development, something that is becoming increasingly more important as we enter the digital age of working. Therefore, as a team member or a leader, you play a pivotal role in shaping your colleagues' professional or even personal development. Feedback clarifies expectations, helps people learn from their mistakes, and builds confidence, even for the feedback giver. Therefore, when done correctly, feedback can create real and positive change. So, what is the recipe for constructive feedback, especially when it is about a behavior we would like to see changed? Here are 4 steps. First, orient the situation. This means be specific about when and to what you are exactly referring. For example, instead of saying, "You always interrupt people when speaking," rather say, "I noticed in today's meeting or in our last meeting with the client I saw." Second, be sure to share the behavior that you observed objectively. One way to remember this is to use only nouns and verbs, no adjectives. For example, the behavior might be interrupting others during the morning meeting. Now, I could say, "It was rude how you interrupted others in the meeting this morning." Or I can say, "I noticed that you had a tendency to start speaking before others were finished." The goal here is to get the person you're giving feedback to agree with you on what the behaviors were, not whether they were good or bad. Another way to think of it is, none of this should be new information for this person. You know you're doing it as best as possible if the person stays very calm and agreeable to what you're saying. Third, this is where the new insight comes in. Here you share with the person the impact their behavior had on you or on others. Here you can start using adjectives again. Take our interrupting example. When you were speaking before the others finished, it disrupted the flow of conversation, or it made me feel like I lost control of the meeting. Finally, and fourth, at this point you can pass the accountability back to the other person. In other words, you transfer control of the feedback situation back to them. Leave them space to reflect and react. You can also do this with a question, preferably an open answer question, like, "I was wondering how you felt about how the meeting went." So, once more, 4-step formula: orient the situation, state the objective behavior, share the subjective impact, and end with a question. Using these 4 steps, you can give both positive and constructive feedback in a way that will be useful and motivating to the person receiving it.